as a Sydney boy, like I genuinely think Sydney's the best city in the world. Like Taronga Zoo, it's right on the harbour. Those giraffes have the best view in all of Sydney. They get to look over the bridge and the Opera House. Like it's a beautiful place. So I understand why they went there. I'm sure when Taylor and Travis were there, they got a bit confused because she wasn't sure which one was a wombat and which one was Travis. You know, they look kind of similar. But I'm glad they're enjoying Australia. I'm sure she's putting on some big shows, but the truth is the biggest show in Australia this weekend isn't in Sydney. It's in Perth. It's with the Aussie icon. It's Elimination Chamber. And I'm not surprised that Travis flew all the way to Sydney to be as far away from me in Australia, lads. So, you know, I'm sure they'll put on a good show, but it's nothing compared to what I do.
He's a big wrestling guy. You know, we see when they win, he's always holding the Kansas City Chiefs WWE belt. Is he welcome if he wants to come and get a piece of it?
I'll be honest with you, yeah. Travis Kelce is an elite athlete, and he's been an elite athlete for a very long time. He's a multiple-time Super Bowl winner. He just won the Super Bowl again. And in the WWE, we only accept elite athletes. So, of course, Travis is welcome to come here, but one thing about Travis is he's part of a team. There's, 143 dudes on a football team or something like that. He's just one guy on a team. What we do here, we're individuals. So I'd be more than happy to welcome him with open arms and maybe help him out and give him the Grayson Waller rub, huh? Maybe Philly. We got a big show coming up. We're going to Mania. Tay, she from Philly, right? Jason Kelce and the Eagles. Just interesting. I'm just saying these are interesting facts, you know. This might be a coincidence, huh?
This once suggested that WrestleMania, maybe we see them together. What about A-Town Down Under versus the Kelce brothers?
I guess it depends if it's a wrestling match or a beer drinking contest. Because I don't know, my boy Theory doesn't drink. So if it's a beer drinking contest, I'm on my own. We're in trouble. But if it's a wrestling match, because that's against the Kelces, that's our home ground. On the football field, that would destroy us. I'm being honest. Jason Kelce, he'd push me over like nothing. I've seen the brother. He's big. Travis Kelce, he'd run routes on me all day. But in the wrestling ring, they can't do what we do. They can't. And I think that would be a lot of fun.
Last thing, before you were in the wrestling career, you were on Survivor in Australia. What does Travis need to know to survive Australia? Does he need to worry about any of these kangaroos or anything? How does he survive down under?
Right. The scary thing is it's not the big animals you got to worry about. It's the little ones. It's the redback spiders hiding in the bathroom. It's the snakes all over the place. You know, you got to stamp on your shoes if you leave them outside before you leave. So you got to be careful of the little ones. But he's the kind of guy, he's dealt with a lot of pests on the football field. So I think he'll be fine surviving Australia.
What's it like being out there in front of your home country?
You know, I'm not used to it, man, because, you know, I go out in front of these idiot Americans and they're all booing me just because I'm real handsome and real good at what I do. So it was nice to go out and get appreciated. I've been wanting to perform in Australia for a long time and getting to go there. You know, I got my best friend here. I got my family here. Like, I'm very proud of where I come from. So to be able to drink beer from a shoe with Rhea Ripley in front of that many people, like, the show tomorrow is going to be wild. Elimination Chamber is going to go off. If that's the press conference, can you imagine what the show is going to be like?
Feel like you got big shoes to fill with the Grayson Waller effect. I know you're going to have Rollins, you're going to have Cody Rhodes. Do you feel like you guys got to step up your game? Your crowd's going to come out there to see you.
I think they have to step up their game, to be honest, because I'm going to go out there and I always perform, but in front of my home country, you know, I'm going to be on a different level. So for Cody and Seth, I think it's time for them to see if they can get the same reaction standing across the ring from me. But to be honest, like, this is the biggest Grayson Waller effect of all time. You know, this is Cody and Seth coming out. They've got issues with the bloodline. They have issues with Roman Reigns. They have issues with The Rock, biggest name in entertainment. So I have a few questions and let's have a chat with Paul Heyman and we're going to have some fun.
The road to WrestleMania, there's a lot at line, you know, come Saturday night in the pay-per-view. If fans weren't already going to tune in, you know, across the world to watch this pay-per-view, why do they need to watch on Saturday in Perth?
Well, the simple answer is there's the best superstars in the world putting on the best show in the world. You know, when you get to come out in front of a stadium audience, 45,000 people, you perform differently. You know, we got Logan Paul here. We got Rhea Ripley, the women's champion here. The chamber match is stacked. We got Indy Hartwell, our Australian girl on the show too. Like, I know the Australians are going to show out, and speaking to a lot of the other talent, they want to show out too. When you have this big crowd, like, they want to do everything they can to kind of steal the show. And that energy from the crowd, like, I know it's going to be there. And I think it's going to be a wild night, to say the least.